But the biggest problem I have with this film is, where the heck is a sequel? I wouldn't normally want a sequel to anything, no matter how good the original is. But in the case of the superhero genre, I do feel that they are something of a necessity. Once you have the origin story over with, you can really let rip with a fully fledged superhero-based story. Pixar have been doing a lot of sequels lately. Cars 2, Toy Story 3, the upcoming Monsters University, although technically that's a prequel, and even Finding Nemo 2. But so far, no word on a sequel to the one film that is by far the most suited for a sequel. Heck, I could write a draft for a sequel to this right now. This film is close to 10 years old now, so how about setting the sequel 10 years later? Jack is in 4th grade, Dash and Violet are in high school, and Bob is head of his company, while the 5 of them have been working together as superheroes for the last decade. There are so many things you could do with that setup. If nothing else, you could just explore how Violet, Dash and Jack have adapted to using their powers. This is a bit like the 2009 Star Trek for me, in that it was a great ride, but it won't really feel complete until I see the sequel. Come on, Pixar, make it happen.
Now what?
Yes, we are finally getting The Incredibles 2 after a demand from fans, I think, for the best part of 10 years, I would say, and Brad Bird, of course, is involved once again, which is kind of the main thing that really was probably the thing that was holding it back. Pixar, they're not stupid. They understand what made the first film work was what Brad Bird was able to bring to the table with the characters he was writing and everything. I'm just about to watch the teaser trailer for the upcoming sequel, which I believe is coming out probably in the early part of next year. It's just a teaser trailer, so there probably won't be too much giving anything away, which is kind of how I like my trailers. I already know it doesn't take place 10 years later, as I previously suggested that it should. It takes place immediately after the events of the first film. Now, if they have an actual idea that it's going to work well with it just taking place with, the kids still the same age, and, the parents obviously being the same age as well, I'm all for it, but, I just feel it's just something that you could use to create new ideas and create an interesting and different kind of story. Just having it be 10 years later and the kids be teenagers, the baby could now, be a preteen, at school or something, and have the parents maybe be semi-retired, perhaps, actually be kind of elderly and maybe not as physically capable as the kids are now. Have the kids take the lead in all the superhero things. I feel there was a lot of potential for an interesting, kind of different kind of story there, but no, they're not going to go that route. It's just going to take place immediately after the events of the first film. So I'm just going to watch this teaser trailer and I will let you know what I think. Yep, Disney and Pixar as ever. Oh, there's the baby. Still a baby, obviously showing you that this is taking place immediately after the events of the first film. Did he have laser eyes in the first film? I can't even remember. Looks pretty cool. This is clearly something that's not going to be in the film. Yeah, he's just... It's the logo.
You have powers!
Yeah, I thought they knew that already. Blimey, that is going to be dangerous. Hazardous baby. I wonder how old he's supposed to be. The baby. Okay, so I guess this film is going to focus on the baby. Could be interesting, Maybe the baby gets kidnapped. Well, he got kidnapped in the first film, so no, they wouldn't want to do that again. Yeah, it looked like there was only one clip from the actual film. The main portion of it was quite blatantly just, something to get you excited about the fact the film was coming out. Obviously, that's quite an obvious and easy way to just show you that this is taking place right after the events of the first film. They're the same age and everything. I like my teaser trailers. I like to not know much about a film before I go and see it. But obviously, for doing something like this reaction kind of video, it's kind of difficult. Really, I have no idea what to say about that. It really doesn't tell you anything about what the film's going to be like. If it focuses on the baby, I'm not so excited about that. I feel like stories that focus on babies are not particularly interesting. At least that's sort of been my experience with films. It's a good source of comedy, but that's about it, really. But yeah, the first one was so good, and they got the same writing staff for this one, so still very optimistic, I think. So yeah, that's that, guys. See ya.